Hey, good morning, everyone. Morning warm up. So, I'm reading a book right now called Manifest by Roxy Nafousi, and I will put a link to it in this morning warm up. So, in there, she's talking about how do you manifest what you want in your life? What if I told you that you could create the exact life you wanted? But you had to put some energy and effort into it, and there were 7 steps, and she covers those 7 steps in this book. And I'm going to cover those in my warm ups, but I'm going to cover step 1 today. And this comes from a gentleman, Robin Sharma, you might be aware of him. He says this. He says, everything we want in life has to be created twice. Has to be created once in our mind, and then again in reality. And so, if you can't see it, you can't create it. If you can't feel it, you can't create it. And folks, the reason why that's so important is because we are energy beings. Everything around us, everything that is not man-made, but is organic, is energy. We all have energy, and we all vibrate at a frequency. And what creates that frequency is our thoughts, is our brain, our mind, and it creates a vibe. And there's high frequency and there's low frequency, and high frequency attracts high frequency, and low frequency attracts low frequency. The problem is we're not aware of it. We're not aware of the energy we're carrying around on any given day because we haven't taken time to be conscious of what we want and how we want to run our thoughts that attract what we want to attract into our lives. And so she goes through this little exercise, and this is step 1 in manifesting. If you want to manifest something in your life, you have to be able to vividly imagine it first, because your non-conscious brain has 2 attributes. It believes what it's told repeatedly, and it cannot decipher between what is vividly imagined and what is real. And when you imagine the things that bring you joy and bring you phenomenal feelings and give you that high frequency vibration, you start to attract that high frequency vibration into your life. So I'm going to give you some questions that she talked about at the very beginning, and this is something I would ask you to do. I would ask you to find a quiet place at least 2 to 3 times a week, and this is like meditation, if you will. And I want you to really put some energy and some thought into these questions and ask yourself, do you have the ability to vividly see and feel those scenarios? And if you don't, then slowly work on 1 or 2 of the questions until the other ones start to come into your imagination. And don't limit yourself by where you are today and by fear. So here they are. Question 1. You're quiet in a place and you're vividly imagining, how do I feel within myself? How do I want to feel within myself? Joy, right? Satisfaction, love. What type of relationships surround me? Positive relationships or toxic relationships? What home do I live in and where do I live? What is my profession? This is the key. That brings me joy. What is my profession that brings me joy? What am I most proud of? What do I want to change in my life? And what do I want to keep the same? Folks, vividly answer those questions and see what you come up with. And here's the thing, answer those questions about 3 times a week. Put those down and look at them and think about those questions and really imagine where you want to be. And think about it maybe a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Where are you going to be? And start manifesting the life you want. So, number 1, read the book that I talked about, which is Manifest. I'll put a link to it in this warm-up. Number 2, run this exercise and see what happens. Remember, we are all a vibration. We are all a frequency. Like attracts like. All right, everybody. Hey, be awesome and help somebody. Make it a great day.